Before all of that, it's time to chat about the incredible game and the rest of today's headlines now with Gyles, Brandreth and Alison Phillips. What a game.
Yay!
That's the reaction I wanted. What did you guys make of it? Where were you watching?
I was watching it at home and we were all sat round and it was just such an... And once it got towards the end and you go into penalties and everyone's thinking, oh, no, you know... And because the come from behind in those last two matches, in the quarterfinals and semi-finals, you think, surely we're not going to do it again. And we did. And it was just that raw went up when Chloe Kelly scored at the end there. It was fantastic.
Excellent.
Maybe it's a generational thing, but two of my grandsons were saying from quite early on, let's cut to the penalties, let's cut to the shootout now. Really? It always ends that way. Come on, let's get on with it. But, oh, the excitement, the adrenaline rush. But I have a solution to the nation's problems. This is the country changes gear. Yeah. This afternoon, I think I'm right in saying that Serena, the great coach, my woman of the year,
I love her.
Is going to number 10 Downing Street. I think we should ask her to stay there and take over the running of the country. Frankly, her training of these people was extraordinary. They're calm under pressure. They're living in the moment. Their control was so deeply impressive. And their after-match courtesy to their opponents, and indeed during the match, the whole behaviour was fantastic. And I think the leadership they were offered was incredible.
Yeah. She's so in it with them, isn't she? You know, at the end, it's really nice to see her sort of break that kind of stoic, and she's so... She's with the girls, and I love to see that.
But I think the big thing about this match and this whole tournament that we've seen from the England team is the incredible resilience and grit. So we've had Lucy Bronze, who's come out and said that she did the whole thing with a fractured tibia.
I couldn't believe that when I read it.
We've had Chloe Kelly,
just the broken leg,
who only sort of 6 months ago was thinking about giving up football because she's in a dark place. And this is what happens when you knuckle down, you work hard, and you show that resilience.
Do you know what? I was thinking that this morning. I was getting ready, and I was listening to the radio, and what in a world where everything is, where success feels so far away, but also so transient and immediate, and without effort in many ways. Like the idea that someone could just put something online, and what this says to me and is sacrifice, hard work and graft.
And not just for sort of the show of it, because these women, they haven't had the big salaries.
To a new generation is you get there with a little bit of luck, and with a lot of talent, but also hard work is the most important.
The story of Hannah Hampton, I think, is the most fascinating because, as you know, she was born with this eye condition called, I think, strabismus, if I got the name right, which basically means that you can't really see clearly at depth. And yet she is the goalie, catching those goals. And she's had this since she was a little girl. And yet she has come through that to be, well, goalie of the century, in my view. Also, interestingly, I learned, because I've become fascinated by her, that she speaks fluent Spanish. So she's fluent Spanish.
Her parents are teachers. They moved to... She played for Villarreal as a young girl.
I suppose we should credit the parents, but I have to say it's her achievement.
Yeah.
And not only that, but she also does perfect sign language, because she's got a cousin who is hard of hearing or deaf. She's learnt that. So this is a very gifted person.
There's something unique about the women's game, though, because on the field, like the physicality, the skill set is exactly the same, right? But behind the scenes, it's far more inclusive. From a fan's experience, it feels far more collegiate. There's far more respect shown to it. So I think the men's game, all the stuff I find a little bit kind of unedifying sometimes about watching the men's game. I watched the women's game, and I just thought that's how I want my son to watch football. Without the toxicity, like banter's fine, but without the toxicity that sort of comes to the fray in the men's game.
In the men's game, some of the way that the referees are treated, it's really unpleasant to watch, isn't it? And I think, although they stand up for themselves, and there was a few incidents where they were standing up for themselves against the referee, it's not that real toxicity that is so unpleasant within football.
It's life enhancing, and I enjoyed seeing the Prince of Wales, Prince William, with his daughter.
Well, before we get there, we have to talk about our very own psychic lioness.
I've just heard all about this. I wasn't here on Friday. This is interesting.
Thank heaven for small mercies. Trust me, you missed a lot. So this is Ulrika, our Swedish lioness, down there in Port Lympne in Kent, and this is Ulrika having a sniff.
She's beautiful.
The team are convinced this is foolproof because she went to the Spanish box, tipped it over, which I'm being told this morning meant that they were going to score the first goal. And then she came and savaged the English box. There we go. Worth reliving every second.
She called it, didn't she? She called it.
Absolutely.
She absolutely called it. It was fantastic. I mean, you can trust that. You can always trust the lioness.
You can't trust a psychic lion.
No,
Who can you trust?
Yeah, we needn't have been so kind of holding our nerves in those penalties because we knew exactly what the outcome was going to be. She had.
Sorry, you mentioned.
Well, no, I just loved the fact that it really was. I mean, there I was watching with my grandchildren. I thought this is a family event, and I thought it was rather nice that Prince William actually took along Princess Charlotte.
I agree.
And it was, and also actually how nice she was when greeting people and shaking hands and all that. The whole atmosphere was lovely.
There were so many images of Charlotte, actually. Did you notice that she was basically the mood of all of us? They were like shocked. She had her head in her hands for some of them, where she literally represented all of us watching the game.
So what happens today? They go to Downing. The whole team go to Downing Street.
The whole team goes to Downing Street this afternoon for a reception from Keir Starmer. Right. As I say, I'm hoping the team coach will be kept there in order to run the country for the rest of her life. That's my plan. And then tomorrow, there's going to be a festivity that everyone can join in. They're all gathering at the top of the Mall, Trafalgar Square end, and they're processing down the Mall, and there'll be then a big event at the Victoria Monument just outside Buckingham Palace.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So if you want to see them in live, Trafalgar Square,
two
and walk down the
questions,
Mall.
Gyles. So in terms of, like, honours, would they get fast-tracked? How does that work?
Yes. That normally, they're all going to, I would have thought, get an MBE.
I should think so.
Which would be the nice thing, because they're very, very young. It's the least, but got to move up as the years go by. So that's probably what they'll get. And we, well, wouldn't it be nice? Would you like a bank holiday?
Oh, yes.
You're an MP. You used to be an MP. How do you get a bank holiday?
It's quite complicated, and I don't think there will be a bank holiday because the government is going for growth. And every industry person will tell you that even a day off doesn't help when it comes to growth.
Even though hospitality will shoot up and stuff like that. Does it even itself
I think
out?
it won't happen. To have a bank holiday, you have to invoke the Banking and Financial Dealings Act of 1971, which will lead, if it's approved by the government and by Parliament, to a royal proclamation. Bank holidays are different from public holidays. Christmas, Good Friday, these are public holidays. The bank holiday is where the banks are closed officially.
Right.
Other businesses can then follow suit. They don't have to. So if it's a bank holiday, your employee may still say you have to come into work.
Well, let's speak to someone who should maybe stay on holiday.
Yes.
This is Sharon Sterling, who joins us now and made big sacrifices to be in Switzerland last night. Sharon decided to ditch her wife and kids on their family holiday in Portugal to watch the Lionesses bring it home instead. Does she have buyer's remorse? She's live from Basel Airport in Switzerland right now. Thank you for joining us, Sharon.
Good morning, Sharon.
Hello, how are you doing?
Oh, we're fine.
We're great. Are you OK?
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely ecstatic. It's just been amazing the last day.
So you went to the game.
Yep, I did.
And go on, tell us about what was the atmosphere like there. It must have been incredible.
Yeah, I mean, the atmosphere throughout the day was amazing. Like at the Lionesses HQ, there was just, loads of chanting, everything. And then we did the fan walk through the town, and people were coming out in their wheelchairs to come and watch us walking through. And then at the stadium, just brilliant. Obviously, there was nervous points, but we got there in the end.
Oh, it just looked... I mean, watching it through a screen, the atmosphere was incredible. I can only imagine being there in the flesh must have been something else. I want to talk about you getting there, though, because, the day, I'm sure, was incredible. But there's a lot that you've risked in order to be at the game.
Hashtag poor Helen. Poor Helen.
Poor Helen. I'm renaming you Savage Sharon. So you were supposed to be on holiday with your wife and your kids. How did this get passed? Is it still passed? How are we doing at home?
So we're in Portugal, and I've been thinking about coming since the start, because my sister got tickets through to the final. And then as I was sat on holiday, I was like, I've got to do this. It could, be the last chance to get to see them in a final. And discussed it with my wife, Helen, for a short while, and that didn't go down very well. And I booked the flights, and my youngest said, you do you. I booked the flights. She wasn't very happy, but we're talking again now. So.
Well, I was going to say, Sharon, that's going to be my last question. Operation Fix This with Helen. How are we going to... what are we getting? A lot of duty-free or a nice present at the airport?
I'll be making lots of cocktails when we get back.
Sharon, just so you know, as someone that uses the phrase "you do you," it's not licensed to do it. Just an FYI. For future reference.
Fine, right, great. My kids, great.
Yeah, you
Sharon,
do you.
well done, and best of luck repairing your relationship.
Yes, thank you.
I'm pleased you had the best time, Sharon. Well done. She's braver than me.
Oh, well done, Sharon. Maybe we should help there somehow.
Yeah, I'm sure we could do something.
Helen?
It's nice to have something to chat about at the related meeting,
Yes,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Helen, Sharon loves you. She loves you.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Massive. Yeah, massively. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. Like, you know, she will appreciate that I've really enjoyed the time and we won and it was just amazing. So
Big love to Helen. Woo!
Yes.
Do it for Helen. We're trying to help, Sharon. We're trying to help.
Yes, that's it. Wrap it up.
Thanks, Sharon. Safe home. All right.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.